Children, today we are going to study about the lives of hunter-gatherers. Lesson number 2, History. Now, who are hunter-gatherers? Hunter-gatherers were the earliest humans on the earth. They lived in the Indian subcontinent 2 million years ago. They hunted wild animals, caught fish and birds, gathered fruits, roots, nuts, seeds, leaves, stalks and eggs. Now they were called hunter because they hunted animals, and they were called gatherers because they collected these fruits, roots, nuts, seeds, etc. Now the earliest people and their way of life. So we are going to deal in this chapter about these hunter-gatherers and their way of life. Hunter-gatherers, they hunted animals and gathered wild plants for food. Life consisted of collecting fruits, seeds, nuts, leaves, digging up roots, trapping animals and birds for food, and killing them with stone tools. Gradually, they learned to distinguish which berries were poisonous, which parts of plants are edible, which animals are easy to kill, and to catch fish in rivers. Hunter-gatherers were nomads, means they moved from one place to another. Now, the animals they killed provided meat for food, bones for tools, and hides for clothing. Hides means their skin for clothing, because they made their clothes by removing their skin. Now, reasons why these people they moved from one place to another, or why they are called nomads. So they moved because they did not have any permanent shelter. They moved in search of water. They moved to those places where lakes and rivers existed. They moved in search of food. They moved in search of plant-bearing fruits, in search of animals for food. So these are the reasons why they moved from one place to another. Now, how do we know about these people, hunter-gatherers? So many stone tools belonging to this period have been discovered by archaeologists. Now, who are archaeologists? Archaeologists are the people who discover about the past by digging out the by studying all the evidences of the past, like whatever they find of the past, like they find the bones, tusks, antlers, shells, whatever they find, and they study those things and they tell us about the past. So these people, hunter-gatherers, they used woods, bones, tusks of an elephant, antlers and shells to make simple tools. There was advancement in the lives of early humans because with the help of tools they could perform some tasks easily. So these people, when they made the tools, their life became very easy. Then you can see here Stone Age artifacts. This hunter-gatherer's age was known as, early man's age was also known as, is known as Stone Age. Why it is known as Stone Age? Because people of that time, they used only stone to make all the things, and the tools, whatever they made with the help of the stone only. That's why it is known as Stone Age. Now, how these tools were made? The initial tools were probably they were stone tools. Later, they started making sharper tools. By sharpening those stone tools, they started making the tools. Now, there were two kinds of tools which were found by archaeologists. One is pebbles tools. Pebble tools, they were made by hitting pebbles against each other so that the broken bits have sharp edges. These tools were simple and crude. Crude here means rough. So they made the simple and rough tools. Now you can see the tools, picture of tools here. Now how the tools are used: for cutting meat and bone, for scraping bark of trees and hides of this animal, for chopping fruits and roots, to make spears and arrows, to make huts and tools. Now there are another type of tools which were found by them, that is known as core and flake tools. Now for core and flake tools, these people they used, you can see as in the picture, the core, there was a big stone. They used to take a large piece of stone and then they used to break it. So after breaking, they used to get the two pieces or more than two pieces. So larger piece they used to is known as core, and the smaller one is known as flake. So core tools were made by taking a large piece of stone and striking off bits till it acquired a required shape. The large piece is called a core and the pieces are called flakes. The smaller pieces, they were called the flakes. Core was used for making different kinds of tools, and flakes were also used for making different kind of tools. Flake tools, they were smaller and lighter and sharp and pointed, while large tools, they were used for making like hand axe, scraper, chopper, cleaver, etc. Now you can see the next is the picture which is showing the different tools. You can see the nut grinder, you can see the thumb held grinder, knife is there, then you can see here half made arrowhead, scraping tool, broken piece. Now their way of life, now how they lived. So archaeologists have found three sites: habitation sites, factory sites, factory cum habitation sites. Now habitation sites were the places where humans lived, and factory sites were the places where the tools were made, and factory cum habitation sites like where tools were also made and the people also lived. Just like boarding school, where you might have seen the teachers also live in that school campus, and they teach the children over there only. So that is the factory cum habitation site. So cave shelter, you can see the in the picture Kurnool caves here, these were found at that time. Then next is rock shelter, you can see the rock shelter here, rock shelter of Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh habitation site. Then these people, now what kind of work? Now they divided the work. What they had only two works, either to hunt or to gather. So they used to live in a group of about 30 to 50 people. They developed the idea of sharing tasks between men and women. So men did hunting and women collected edible plants as shown in the picture. Then they also discovered fire. How they discovered fire? That you already know, by rubbing two stones together. And what was the use of fire? It was a source of light. It was used for making meat. It was used for scaring away animals and to warm up themselves. Now our next topic is cave painting. You can see the picture here. They painted the wall and the cave painting wherever they lived, they painted. These paintings may have been the part of a secret ritual to make the hunt more successful. These were a means of communication. They depict hunting scenes and animals and scenes from everyday lives. So which kind of scenes they made? They made the hunting scenes, as you can see in the third picture, hunting scene, hunting the deer and animals, and the scenes of everyday life. They were the means of communication. Archaeologists say that these pictures were a means of communication, means they communicated something. They gave some message through these pictures. These paintings were also a ritual to make the hunt more successful, in order to tell each other how to hunt. The way of telling, that was also the part. Now about the 3 stone ages. Now we have 3 stone ages. This part is not there in your book, but I am explaining you this part because the questions are asked. So these 3 terms are very important. So hunter-gatherers, they belong to Stone Age. Stone Age is divided into 3 or 4 parts. 3 parts, as you can see: Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic. Paleolithic means, the word paleo means old, and lithic means stone. Meso means middle, and lithic means stone. Neo means new, and lithic means stone. So Paleolithic means old stone age, Mesolithic means middle stone age, and Neolithic means new stone age. Now why they have named in a different way? The reason is because there were certain discoveries were made during these three ages. Means during this age they used rough or simple stone tools, and in the middle stone age they started making sharper tools, and they started producing, because after observing they understood that they can also produce the food. And then in Neolithic age, then what happened? They started using stone tools in farming, for making the pots, for weaving cloth, and for making the basket. So these were the changes. In the old stone age only simple stone tools were used, and later on in the middle stone age little changes were there. Sharper tools were made. New stone age, more sharper tools, polished tools were made, which were used in farming, pottery, weaving cloth, and basket. Then another age that comes after the end of Neolithic age, they started using metal. Now metal first metal which they used was copper, and several cultures were based on the use of copper and stone implement. So such a culture is known as Chalcolithic. The word Chalco means copper and lithic means stone. That means copper stone phase. So they started using mostly stone and copper objects, but they occasionally used low grade bronze and even iron. They were primarily rural communities spread over a wide area with hilly land and rivers. So you don't have to learn about these four ages only, you have to understand, because questions are there in the back exercise. Then this is a map which is there in your book also. So I have marked 3 places with red and 3 places with yellow. Those places which are marked in red, these are the Neolithic sites, where Neolithic sites were found, and which are marked in yellow, they are the Paleolithic sites, that is the old stone age sites. So you have to mark these sites in the map, on the physical map of India as shown. You can see here all the Neolithic red one are shown along with a small blue color rectangle is there. They have put the small rectangle there, and they have written the name of it. Meghar in Pakistan you can see, Barza home in Kashmir you can see, then Helur in the South India you can see, and the other one, the Paleolithic sites they have shown with triangle symbol is also made over there. You can see there triangle symbol. I show you the triangle symbol. This is the Bhimbetka triangle symbol, then Hangsi triangle symbol, Kurnool caves triangle symbol. So these 6 places you have to mark in your map. So the chapter is over. Children, please go through the chapter, read the chapter thoroughly, and question answers I send you in the next class.